Hello there. Welcome. So, quick question. Have you ever wondered what your life means? Like, what's the meaning of your life? Have you ever wondered what you're here for? Maybe you are successful and you're just thinking to yourself, yeah, but what does it all mean? You've got the success, you're making maybe the money, you're creating the results, and it means nothing. And you start to worry. Maybe you're thinking to yourself, maybe I'm weird. Maybe I'm weird. Maybe there's something wrong with me, right? I want to tell you today the 7 benefits of finding a life meaning. And the reason why I'm doing that is because I have worked with hundreds and hundreds of people who they're successful, they've got the families that they really wanted, they've got the jobs, they're making the money, and at some point they wake up asking, is this it? Is this all that life is meant to be? And it causes them so much distress that it becomes overwhelming because they cannot logically put together why more money, more status, more significance doesn't equate to happiness and fulfillment. So the more you start thinking about, why am I here? What does life mean? You almost go down a rabbit hole because you keep searching. You're searching for something. That's why you see a lot of people just drifting because they're trying to find the answer. They go on long holidays. You get people that, climb mountains, go on retreats because they're searching. They're searching for something. And they go, when I see it, I will know. I'm here to tell you that that's not always the case. I know people who, when they get faced with why they're here, they actually run away because most of the time it's a lot bigger. It's a bigger meaning. So I'm going to take you through the different elements of, or the benefits of why finding your meaning will really help you and how it will help you. So the first thing is that it really gets you to start opening your energy centers. So your chakras start to open up, because once you get that meaning, guess what? You're a lot more happier, you're a lot more relaxed. So right now, your energy centers are all closed, which is why you're probably experiencing physical pain, emotional pain. So as soon as you connect to your meaning, and when I talk about meaning, I'm not talking about purpose right here. I'm talking about just getting onto the roots, getting ready to start receiving why you're here. You start to relax a lot more. Your energetic center or your energetic system will start to relax as well. It starts to align. So, most people are like this, they're all hunched up. You start to relax a lot more. You start to breathe more. That's the third one. You start to breathe more. You start to realize that those elements around you, you start to breathe more. You start to attract more opportunities. So you start to realize that things start to happen and people say, well, I've manifested this. No, it's because you've opened yourself up to receiving why you are here. Also, you start to realize that you start to build more meaningful relationships. Start to build more relationships. You start to welcome more high vibrational people into your life. And in some cases, you might start to get rid of people that no longer serve you in your life. Fascinating, right? Absolutely fascinating. The next one is that you start to become more creative. So that's number 6. You start to become more creative. You start to realize that you've got more ideas coming through. And it's so cool when you start getting those ideas, because guess what? You start to move more towards what you're really here for. And then lastly, your intuition sharpens. Your intuition is like on point. And I always talk about, your intuition and your purpose. Like the more you're in intuition, the more you connect to your purpose. So the reason why I'm telling you this is because you were born to succeed. Nobody's born here to not succeed. But your lessons in life are to help you build a resilience so that when you start to receive why you're here, you start to receive your meaning, then you can handle the different seasons, when things work out, when things don't work out, when things are tough, when things are easy, when things are a bit shaky, when when there's a forecast of possible disruption. You should be able to manage that with the lessons that you've learned. So I am hosting on the 3rd of June. I am hosting a sprint, and it is called Make My Life Mean Something. It's a 4-day sprint. It is so quick. I know you're busy. I know you're busy. I know you haven't got time to sort of like sit there and listen to a whole load of waffle, which is why you are going to get prompts every day in your inbox. You're going to get prompts in your inbox, and then there's also going to be a video that's going to be sent out to you, and it's also going to also be in your Facebook group. This is to prepare you to start receiving your purpose. Imagine, going to play sports, or going to run the marathon, or, whatever you do needs a plan. Whatever you do, you need to prep, right? So if you're about to play football, for example, or go out and do a run, you have to stretch first. You have to do a few sort of like laps up and down. If you're playing football, you have to prep yourself before you actually go and play the game. That's the same thing that we're doing here. So I'm going to put the link at the bottom for you to register. I look forward to seeing you there. Have a great day, and I'll speak to you tomorrow. Take care. Bye.